Hey guys, yeah, welcome back to another video. Now on this I'm going to be talking about a few things. It's more of the lines of like a drift talk. Because a lot of people don't seem to understand a lot of things, and a lot of people go around spreading hate and spreading lies and talking themselves up and talking rubbish. So this is just kind of like fuck you to the haters. And here's all the proof of everything I say, because like majority of people on this game turn around and say, oh, I'm the best in the world at drifting, nobody can beat me, I can get this amount of scores, I can tandem, I can do this, I can do that, but they ain't got no proof. Now, first thing I'm going to step into is we're going to talk about my drifting tunes. Now, majority of people who watch me know that in near enough every video I say, or every video I do a tuning setup on, 95% of them I say these tunes are to my drifting style. They are how I drift, they're to my drifting style, and if it helps you out, then GG, sort of thing. But majority of people seem to think that I turn around and say these are the best drifting tunes in the world, and this is how you drift, and all this, that, and other. And I honestly don't say that. And a lot of people seem to find the need to come on and say, oh, your drifting tunes are whack, oh, your drifting tunes are wank, all this, that, and other, blah, blah, blah. And as you can see here, I am drifting a rear-wheel drive car with no tuning setup on it whatsoever. Like, no tuning setup on it whatsoever. And it's drifting better than what majority of people what smack talk about drifting tunes can drift. And this is a stock rear-wheel drive car. And this is going to get onto my other point. Everyone seems to think Horizon 3 is a simulation game. Sorry for my coughing, I've got a real bad cough at the minute. Everyone seems to think Horizon 3 is a full-blown simulation drifting game, when it isn't. Horizon 3 is basically like Need for Speed when it comes to drifting. It's not realistic at all. It's an arcade game. So you get people bragging on Horizon 3 all the time, which does my nuts in, saying, oh, they're best in the world, and they can do this and they can do that and they can do the other. It's like, I had this guy, I've had quite a few people say to me, oh, I used to be #1 in drifting, I used to be able to get this, that and other score in rear-wheel drive, and I can do this and I can do that, and I'm the best in the world. And they've got no proof. It's like what I always used to say, or what I still say today, is I used to be in the top 10 in FM5 and FM6 while I was playing it on the Drift Rivals leaderboards, and the proof are on the screen right now. And the link to these videos are also in the description if you would like to check it out. Anything I talk about and links, all the links will be in the description. If you want to go and check them out, you can. And then you run into people what say, oh, I can reverse drift. I'm the best reverse drifter in the world, and rah rah. I'm the best at reverse drifting. And it's like, go on, then show me you can do it. And they sit there and they're just like, and you watch them and like, actually, you know what, mate, you can't drift. And then what I said to him is, yeah, I used to be able to reverse drift, proof on screen right now, but I can't do it no more because I've been out of the game for such a long time. But I used to be able to do it, and there's a proof, sort of thing. And then you get people coming in what's saying, oh, your drifting tunes, like say at start of video, your drifting tunes are whack, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know how to drift, which you saw at the beginning of the screen with the screenshots. What was on the screen is, kind of do know what I'm doing, but because my drifting style isn't your drifting style, doesn't mean that I can't drift. It just means you drift differently to how I drift, basically. And a lot of people don't seem to understand that. A lot of people don't seem to get it. A lot of people don't seem to get this theory into the head. I mean, if you look at the camber and the toe and everything else, what people use in real life, hopefully it'll be on the screen right now, you will see that everything what you are saying about being able to drift and you want to use this camber and you want to use this toe and you want to use this tires and you want to use that and you want to do this and you want to do that, you actually don't know what you're on about, because in real life you're probably using more than -5 camber on the front or the rear, and you're using race tires with or drag tires for drifting, in Formula Drift and all stuff like that. And hopefully the proof's on the screen right here. But then you get people what's like, oh, you don't want to use race tires are for noobs, or you don't want to use stock tires for noobs, or you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that. In real life you don't do this. Then you get tandem drift battles what are like, in a tandem drift battle you can only use 650 horsepower, you can't use positive cam, you can't do this. And when you actually watch people do the Formula Drift battles, they're using in excess of 1,000 brake horsepower with God knows how much camber and God knows how much torque. But you get people what are like, in real life you don't use more than 600 brake horsepower, you don't use more than -2 camber, you don't use race tires, you use sports tires, or you don't use sports tires, or you use race tires, you don't use this, you don't use that. Majority of people what say shit like this don't know what they're on about. They haven't looked up drifting, they haven't looked up the drifting tunes what they use, the drifting styles what they use, the drifting communities what are out there. They haven't looked up anything, they just jumped on a game and they think they're the best and they know everything. Which, you know, is kind of funny to be honest with you, because they're trying to relate a game to real life, which on Forza Motorsports 4, 5 and 6, yes, you can do that to an extent, because that's simcade, or whatever you want to call it. It's simulation, but it's got a little bit of arcade in there, if you know what I mean. But all the people what say that on Horizon, which I run into all the time, you are utterly an idiot, because Horizon is, let's face it, an arcade game. Horizon is like drifting on Need for Speed. And in all honesty, like what you've seen with this car, you don't need camber, you don't need a tune to drift, to be honest with you. You don't need anything to build to drift on the game. Yes, don't get me wrong, having that camber and having a toe and having a drifting tune on this game does help you a lot. It helps you keep the angle, you can go into a drift, get an angle, let go of the steering, and just the car does everything for yourself. But you don't need a drift tune. You don't need, the car doesn't need to be tuned to get it to drift. And if you're one of these guys what cannot drift on this game, if you're one of the guys what cannot drift on Horizon, should I say, without a drift tune, I'm sorry, you shouldn't be drifting on the game. It's as simple as that. You shouldn't be drifting on the game if you need a drift tune to drift rear-wheel drive on this game, in all honesty. Sorry if it sounds like I'm being blunt, but I'm just fed up of running into people what think they know it all. And it's like you run into people that are like, oh, you're a points drifter, you can't tandem, you can't do this, and which proofs on your screen right now that I can tandem. You know, the proof's out there, I can tandem. Everything I say, the proof is out there on my channel that I can do what I say I can do. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not one of these people what doesn't say, oh, I can do this, and there's no proof out there of anything what I say. Everything I say in this game, the proof's out there on my YouTube. But it might take a little bit of searching, it might take a little bit of looking to be able to find that proof. But the proof is out there. And 99% of people what shit talk are people who cannot drift, they don't know what they're doing, they've got no proof out there of what they can or what they can't do. And it's like, you sit there and you're like, okay, you know what I mean? And it's like this one person, it's on my, I've been streaming a lot, I'll probably play and come in my stream saying, "Oh, she can drift it, she can do this, she can do that." It made her sound out to be an amazing tandem drifter. I come into the game with her, had a tandem drift with her. She couldn't get on my door at all. But I'm not one of these people what are like, "Oh, you can't get on my door, you shit, you don't say what you say you can do." I actually helped her with a tuning setup. I said to her like, what does your car feel like it's doing? What's it feel like it's acting like it's doing? And all stuff like that. Within a week of talking to her, she can now sit on my door no matter what. She can sit on my car whether I'm on my door whether I'm in rear drive or wheel drive. She can sit on my door now, and that's because I didn't sit there and I didn't hate on her. I sat there and I helped her. It's like there's a few people in the past what's like what I used to drift with, like XL, Adam, XL, whatever you call it, and Frocko, Taco. I don't know if you guys ever heard of them, but when they come into the drift scene, they were good people. They weren't good at drifting, but they were good people. I helped. I probably helped 80% on how they drift and taught them. Them people are now better than me. And this is why I like doing YouTube on my drift tunes. I don't do it because, oh, this is my tune, this is the best tune in the world. I do YouTube on Forza to basically say, this is my tune, this is how I drift, this is what I can do, and here's the tune, and I hope it helps you out on your drifting. I don't like upload a tune and say, oh, this is the best tune in the world, you should only use this tune. In every single video what I upload on my tuning setup, I say, I upload it like this because if it helps you, it helps you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And if you like it or you don't like bits and bobs what are on that tune, you can change it yourself. You don't have to sit there and you struggle with a lot. Every tune I've ever made, 99% of my tunes I've ever made, are on YouTube. I'm not one of these people where I'm good and say, "Oh, you're shit. I'm not helping you to get good." I'm one of those people what good and I help other people to get good. That's why my tunes are there. And it's like what I find funny about all this situation is my Xbox broke. My Xbox One broke in like end of 2014, beginning to 2015 when Forza 6 first got released. I had like 2 weeks on Forza 6, then my console broke. So I've been out of Forza. I haven't played Forza Motorsports for around a year. Or Forza Horizon, I haven't played any Forza game, I ain't drifted on any game for around a year, which majority of you loyal viewers know. And I jumped on this game, and within the first 2 weeks of playing this game, I got near enough top 10 scores on every drift leaderboard going. And now I probably only play this game once every week or once every 2 weeks because I don't, in all honesty, I do like playing Horizon, but I'm not a Horizon fan, I'm a motorsports fan. I'll probably play this game once a week, once every 2 weeks. And you've got people out there what are sourpuss, what are like, they still talk shit and that they are better than you and they can get this score and they can beat you. But what you don't understand is these people play this game 24/7. I've been out of the game for a year, a straight year. I've not played Forza for, and I've come on after a year, and I'm kind of still beating people what are try harding and play the game all the time. I mean, what's that got to tell you? What these type of people are like? Now, I'm not trying to brag saying I'm good. It's like, in my eyes, I'm probably average drifter now. In all honesty, in my eyes, I'm an average drifter. But you get people what like try hard at the game day in day out, day in day out, day in day out, and they're absolutely shit. And you go and beat them, and they moan and they cry, and it's like I used back in day. I used to be in quite quite a lot of people in quite a lot of drift groups. Uh, Midnight, was it Midnight Rogues? I don't know if you guys have heard of them. MR Midnight Rogues. There were only two people in that group at the time what could beat me. I knew S&D, everyone in S&D, and at that time there were only one person in S&D what could beat me. Only one person in S&D what could beat me. But you didn't see or hear me bragging about it. You know, there's no point in bragging about, wow, you're better than someone else at a game, basically. There's no point in bragging about it. But you get people out there what talk shit and brag about shit about stuff what they don't even know anything about. So that's just my basic massive rant. Sorry for it being a little bit long. This is going to take forever to upload to YouTube, but you know. But everything I've talked about, all the videos, all the proof, all the links to everything's in the description. So if you want to go and check them out, feel free to. I'm going to jump off now. So thank you guys for watching and peace.